morning, everybody. This is Coffee the Right Way. I mean, review the right thing. Just kidding. That was a whole joke. Bad joke. But anyways, situate myself. Yeah, I just uploaded a video last night. So if you guys haven't checked that out, please go check that out. By the time I upload this video, hopefully it will be today. So that will still pertain. Check out the video from last night. If I don't get to upload this video for another 24 hours, then it'll be the video from a couple days ago. But anyways, I would have gone and worked my second job this morning, door dashing, making a little bit extra cash. But we're still getting our bathroom remodeled, and they're supposed to be here, and they're not. So I figure, why not try to record some stuff while I'm waiting? And if it gets really loud, I'll just have to stop. My dogs are barking in the background. I'm sure you can hear maybe a tiny yelp. Because they are upstairs away from where the construction people are going to be for our bathroom. So I got some free moments. Let's do some collection updates. I've picked up a bunch of stuff. It's been like, I should have looked because I was just looking at my videos. I think it's been about a month since my last collection update. So I've gotten quite a bit of stuff. As I talked about in my rap review, there's been a lot of releases this year as far as rap. So some people who I've even just, known about and just decided to buy everything they put out because I was so impressed by this year's project. Or that was actually only with one artist. I'll get to that. But there's just been so much music this year. I've picked up a bunch of stuff. I've picked up old releases that are just filling in spots in the collection that I just don't have. Not really any movies lately. I do have some toys that I've picked up I'd like to do some reviews on. Picked up the Target exclusive NECA T2 pack that's John Connor and Sarah. It was, and the John Connor that's in it's different from the SDCC one because he doesn't come with his bike, but every other accessory is cool. Pretty much the same as the other wave. I got a Baxter Stockman from Super 7 that I want to do a review on, but I'm going to kind of hold that one off until I maybe get the last three from that wave. And then I'll be deciding if I'm going to continue. I think I'm going to continue with the Super 7 Ultimates. They're just really goddamn expensive, and it's like, fuck. So anyways, collection update. The rapper that I wanted to talk about then, that I've said yesterday, has put out an album this year that I was really impressed was Royce the 5'9". To me, that's probably up there with the new Run the Jewels record. I think that new Royce the 5'9" is pretty goddamn incredible. So I had picked that up, and along with that, picked up Book of Rhyme, which I'm also really enjoying. Street Hop, which is an earlier effort. Still also really digging this one. It's probably my least favorite out of the bunch so far, but that's not to take anything away from it. It's still amazing. And Success is Certain, also great. But yeah, man, he is Prhyme, DJ Premier. Also had to grab that too. I don't know why I ignored him for some reason. I mean, I love D12. I was a big D12 fan back in the day. I like the Bad Meets Evil. Arguably, a lot of that was probably just because of my Eminem likes, because I'm not going to say, like, I was on, like, the Eminem bandwagon for a long time or anything, but I enjoyed Eminem. I mean, who doesn't? Eminem's a great rapper, and it's hard to deny that. He's put out some garbage, though. And so, kind of referencing that dead-end hip-hop thing where, artists fizzling out or continuing to put out stuff until they can't anymore. He's one I just want to see continue to do stuff. Even if I don't like it, I'm going to listen to it. I mean, obviously, he's a talented artist. Maybe he doesn't always make the best decisions as far as songwriting, but, I mean, it's hard to argue that he is not an influential MC. So, yeah. Maybe a lot of those likes for Royce the 5'9" at that time was just because I was checking out the projects that he was with when he was with Eminem. Regardless, I've always liked him in those projects, and I don't know why I didn't ever go any further, but I just didn't. So finally did, and these are amazing. Obsessed, their first record. It's just a first press SPV. I try to collect early issues of stuff. I went through this whole rabbit hole of remasters versus the originals and what sounds better, what's truer to the original sound. And I really think it depends on who is at the helm. And that's one thing as far as like rock music that I haven't really gotten into a whole lot, because I mean, I'll listen with my ear, but I haven't looked into like the linear notes enough to be like, okay, I know this producer has done X, Y, and Z, and they all sounded awesome. I'm sure if he produced this album, it's going to be great. So I haven't looked into that as much yet. I typically just try to just stick with earlier issue stuff. I like remaster to a certain degree, but I feel like more times than not, it's just an increase in volume, and there isn't really any added clarity. And I feel like sometimes they tamper too much with the instruments, and they begin to lose their natural sound. They almost have like a tinny sound to them. Sometimes the bass is just too much. And yeah, I just, you know, I have a pretty decent setup. You know, I don't like to tote my surround sound set, little speaker, turntable, CD player setup as being anything great. I'm not an audiophile, but it's got pretty fucking good sound. I'm happy with it. It gets loud, and when I crank something up in it, especially when it's a remaster thing, it kind of loses it. And it's not like the speakers aren't able to handle it, because they are, but the music begins to sound like mud. And I've just noticed on like an original issue, if you crank it, like it is just clear. It sounds so good, especially if it was a good mastering at the time and the person who mastered the band in studio did a good job, then your CD is going to come out fine, and the original issue is going to be fine. So again, I try to stick with original issues. I actually forgot to pull something out. I have, grab it right now. Death Spiritual Healing was one I picked up recently too. It is not an original press, but it is from '99. It's not remastered, so again, I had to go with it. New Napalm Death, which I may or may not do a review on at some point. I guess it's kind of getting late now. I like to try to keep current, and this has been out for a couple weeks now, so. But it's awesome, and if nobody's checked it out, it's great. I highly recommend it. I was not feeling it first, so the singles that were released before the album came out, I liked a couple of them. There was a couple of them I didn't, because they had like a weirder industrial sound. You know, it was almost like they were doing Fear Factory, slowed down. And I don't mind when Napalm Death gets slow. That doesn't bother me at all, because they have some amazing song on Time Waits for No Slave that are just like chuggy, headbanging riffs, and they're amazing. So I don't mind when they get slow. However, this was just a little bit different slow. However, when those songs are in the album, God, it works so well. And man, this is just awesome. If you haven't checked it out, definitely check it out. Grab some Swans. Michael Jarbo, I don't think is on this record, but I have a bunch of Jarbo solo stuff. I don't have a whole lot of Swan stuff, but my God, I love it. Everything I've heard, I've just been like, whew, this is some crazy shit. So I basically am just filling in gaps. Whenever I see a Swans record I don't have, I grab it. I'll probably be doing that for the rest of my life, because they have like 100 albums. Now some vinyl. New Manson, produced by Shooter Jennings, which I thought was pretty interesting. And honestly, everything ever since Manson has come back after, because I didn't listen to the stuff that came after Golden Age of Grotesque, like, I don't even remember what the two albums were called, but I basically kind of hopped back on with Pale Emperor, and man, I think he's been just on a roll with these last 3 albums, so this one's no different. Definitely enjoy this record. It is just on black, nothing special. New Deftones, and again, if you're a Deftones fan, I think this is definitely something to check out. They're a band that really hasn't strayed too much. They change enough with each album to kind of keep it interesting. This one, I think, is definitely a little bit heavier than Gore. Gore definitely had some heavy moments, but I think overall this is a very riffy album compared to Gore. But it's great. Mixes their shoegaze and heavy sound together really well. I've always liked them. And again, standard black vinyl. There was a gold indie press going around that my buddy got. I was not lucky enough to get it. And we got some Dissection, Storm of the Light's Bane. This is some classic black metal here. Awesome record. I have Reign Chaos on vinyl already. I also have the Somberlin on vinyl already. Both are reissues. I don't have original presses of them. It'd be sweet to have original presses, but I'm sure they're a hefty amount of money. This is on white vinyl, and according to Discogs, it's a bootleg. I've heard some bootlegs in my time that sounded like trash. In fact, I have an Acid Bath release that I put in one of my other videos that for Pagan Terrorism Tactics. No, that one sounded fine. Wait, which one was it? Yeah, no, it was Pagan that sounds bad. Pagan Terrorism Tactics, white vinyl. It's not, actually, that is an official release. So I take that back. Because that is a Rotten Records release. They, for some reason, just botched the pressing, and it just sounds like garbage. So my only other bootlegs then, I guess, are I have Rihanna Anti on vinyl, and God, what else do I have? Something else. But I guess the point I was trying to make is I've heard some bootlegs that sound like crap. Anti doesn't sound the best, but it doesn't sound bad. Its problem is more just, I think they tinkered with the speed on tracks because it's an unofficial release, so I think that was how they got away from copyrights stuff. I don't know as far as this one goes. It sounded awesome, though. Like, I mean, I've never listened to the original release, so I don't know. I was happy with the quality on this one. It sounded great. There was nothing messed up in any of the tracks as far as any kind of tinkering with speed. Sound was great. Just awesome. Some classic stoner rock, Dozer and the Tail of Comet. Love this record. This is a reissue. Again, just on standard black vinyl. But this is stuff that's kind of closely related to like Fu Manchu, Clutch. Definitely closer to Fu Manchu. They're very much more riff heavy, fuzzy rock. Great shit though. So highly recommend this. Mournful Congregation, Incubus of Karma. This is also just on standard black wax. But some great funeral doom, guttural vocals. So if you like your music slow and depressing, it's super just heavy and in your face. Mournful Congregation is definitely something you should listen to. Dark Tranquility, Skydancer. This is from like 93. I'm pretty sure. Of course, this only has the reissue date. But anyways, some melodic death metal. If you like In Flames, Dismember, Haunted, that kind of stuff, this is definitely up your alley. It's a band I have not really paid too much attention to in recent years. I heard an album back, I think 2005, Character, and it's fine. I just, my problem with a lot of the Swedish death metal guys is Dark Tranquility have really never changed a whole lot, which is fine. I'm cool with that. But I like the older stuff better. In Flames went totally new metal and shit, and I hate it. At the Gates is still kicking ass. So, but these guys are just, for some reason, something just didn't click with me, the later stuff that clicked with the early stuff. And so Skydancer is awesome. It's either first or second album. That's also something I probably should have looked, but this is on like a swamp green kind of thing. But yeah, awesome record. And last, another thing that I'm just kind of filling in gaps in my collection, Mac Miller Kids. Mac Miller was a guy I just didn't get into until last year. I kind of hated him for a long time. I just didn't see the appeal. It just wasn't for me. It was that kind of like party rap, I guess, is how I would classify it, and I just didn't care about that kind of stuff. And it wasn't until Circles, you know, from this year. So I guess it was this year, so not last year. Circles, fantastic record. I really like that album. Went back to Swimming, also really enjoy Swimming. Went back to Divine Feminism, also really enjoy Divine Feminism. I haven't listened to Good AM yet, which I know is in between. I'm sure I'll like that. And I enjoy this too. And, you know, obviously he is 18 in this project. But like, it's surprisingly mature for an 18-year-old. I mean, obviously he talks about a lot of things that normal 18-year-olds go through right after college, who are seeing a lot of success. So it's, I mean, it's got your pretty atypical lyrics. But he's just a talented artist. Like, I think he brings in some great producers. He always raps over awesome beats. He's got a great flow. I'm a fan of this record. I'm a fan of Mac Miller. So it's unfortunate that I didn't appreciate him until after his death, because I'd like to see where he goes after Circles, man, because I can definitely get into the more R&B kind of side that he incorporated on that album. So Black Wax, it does have an etched side, which is pretty damn sweet. I'll get that in there as best I can. But yeah, had to add it. So this, I'm going to cut it short, I think. Got it recorded, so maintenance guys aren't here yet. And it's been great. I'm glad I got another one in. I need to get another quarterly review in for the albums that have influenced my tastes. That, you know, third quarter just ended for us, so there's album anniversaries that I wanted to speak about. And yeah, so I definitely have some other things in the works. It's just unfortunate that this week I had to sacrifice not doing my second job, which is whenever I feel like doing it, thankfully, since DoorDash. But I couldn't make that extra money, but I was able to sit here and have some extra time with you guys, which is pretty nice, and record multiple videos in the same week. So anyways, if you are just seeing this video for the first time, or my page for the first time, this is what I do. Collection updates. I do Blu-ray reviews, where I kind of go into the specs and special features, kind of talk about the overall release. I do music reviews to a certain degree. I've been kind of lacking on those a little bit this year. I do toy reviews, which I've been a little bit more active in, because there's been a lot of really cool stuff that's come out, and I like putting it on my shelf. And yeah, so this is my channel. If you like, I'd appreciate if you hit the like down there on this video. Click subscribe. Click the little bell. The little bell will notify you whenever I put up a new video. And put some comments down there. Let's talk. You know, if you like what I've got, let's chat about some of the things you collect. You know, that's the point of this whole thing. I don't want to make, I mean, if I make money off of this, great. If not, let's just chat, man. It's just cool. Like, I work in an industry where I get to talk to a lot of people about things all the time, but it's never about the things I like, because you know, I have a very niche taste, I would say, to a certain degree. And when you work in just a retail record store that sells movies and games, I mean, it's very much the normal people. So when people walk in with Take shirts, it doesn't happen. And it's just like, if they did, I'd be like, oh shit, nice shirt, dude. You know, and then maybe a little, hey, did you check out this? Hey, did you check out this? That's just fun. That's how I discover new things. That's how you discover new things. And, you know, it's just... And in this world we live in right now, where everything's just shit, it's fun to talk about a bunch of ththings that we enjoy that actually make us happy. So, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. I look forward to doing another review on whatever it ends up being. Look forward to talking to you guys again. Hopefully you look forward to receiving on the other end. Love you. Have a great one.